Alright, Damon at Black Warrior Lures had somebody ask, what was either panfish or rat dog, I can't remember, asked, what did you ask? You asked about the double drag. That's what it was. You know, what is the double drag and what's the point and all that. And so I'm gonna try to explain that. It's easy to explain it when I go fishing, but you know I haven't been fishing here of late, so I'll try to explain it best I can here out here in the yard. Maybe let's get in the shade so they won't have the glare from the sun so much. First of all, let's talk about my rig. I got the SW60 spooled up with 8-pound line, and I have my standard rig or paternoster or perch rig or drop shot, whatever you want to call it, with my slinky weight on the bottom here, and then let me put this guy down. Slinky weight on the bottom, tied with an anchor hitch, and up about 3 feet above that, I have my drop knot with one of my number 10 Black Warrior rigs with this one with the rattle, so it doesn't look as cool as the one with the beads on it, but you know, put whatever hook you want there. And this is mostly for brim fishing. I use the same rig for cat fishing, and you guys seen me talk about that a bunch of times. All right, so what is all this double drag stuff? Of course, now, so you have a drag here, and you have a drag down here. You see that? Drag, drag. So it is a double drag rig. Okay. The way this works is you have the primary drag here and the secondary drag here. Now, here's how this works. It works basically like the bait clicker on a bait casting reel. So the idea is to say I pitch it out like that and let it sink down to the bottom. Now, I know that because of the current and the wind that's not going to be anywhere near enough line for me to drift, because if I were to engage the reel right now, the bait will just rise up off the bottom and I'll be floating maybe only a couple of feet off the bottom, so I got to let out a lot more line. Well, the problem is the longer I leave this bail open to fish, the more likely I'm going to miss the fish, because a lot of times as I'm doling out line is when they hit it, right? And if they hit it, you can lose all kinds of fish. Now I try to put a link to a video, at least to the timestamp, where you saw me doing something like that, and I actually had a fish on before I was able to really start reeling. And the only reason I kept the fish was because I had the secondary drag. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say I get out some line. I know it's on the bottom. Let's go ahead and click it in. But let's say it's not enough line. How am I going to let out more line without the risk of losing the fish? Well, you click the secondary drag like that, and I just manually just start peeling off line. Right? I'm going to tighten up the primary drag, but you won't see the difference. See, I can just keep peeling line. I'm just going, this is simulating drifting down the river. Peeling line, just manually, just like a fly fisherman would. Peeling off line, right? And when I've got enough line in, I kick that in, and bam, now the primary drag kicks in. You see how much harder it is for me to pull that out now? All right? So now the primary drive kicks in. If I need to let out my line, I'm not going to open this up. I'll just do this, peel out more drags, you know. That's about as loose as this one gets. Yeah, that's even much tighter. Let's see how tight this one gets. Let's tighten this all the way up here and see what we can do. See that? You know, so it gets pretty tight. I like to keep my secondary drag pretty loose, because the point is I'm trying to dole out, peel out. That's why I'm calling it line peeler reel, you know. Because when and you can just kick it in and it engages, you know, that's all it takes. And so when I'm out fishing, I use that all the time. You know, if I cast, I'll just open here and cast, or let the line drop to the bottom of the river, whatever, and then once it hits to the bottom, I don't want to lose any fish, because once that line hits the bottom like that, a lot of times the fish will hit it like that, right when it's on the bottom. And if you still got that bail open, you'll miss the fish. Or sometimes when I'm reeling them in close to the boat, let's say for instance, I'm reeling them in close to the boat, but I need to let out some more line in order to get them. If you open that bail, you're going to lose that fish. But if you have that secondary drag, you can let out as much line as you need to while still keeping tension on the line without losing the fish. And you can do all that. You'll see me using it. You've seen me use this all the time. I just never probably explained what I was doing. And I may have to go back through some of my videos and just explain. So once again, once we kind of cast it out and we're drifting and dragging, once we get it on the bottom, I close it, make sure it's sort of in the groove there and it's not twisted and tangling. And then if I need, and as the current and the wind are pushing me downstream, if I need to let out more line because I'm not feeling the bottom, I almost always hold a line in hand. I put in the secondary drag and I just start doling out line like that. You see how freely it runs? But if that fish hits it, he'll hit it and run with it. But I'm not going to lose the fish because I still have some tension on the line. I still have tension on the line. You can either manually close it, or if I feel some fish, I'll just immediately just set it like that. And now the primary drag's kicked in. You can see it sounds different. It's a whole different drag. So there's a completely independent drag system here and here. And that's how I do it. Now, uh-oh, I think I'm hung up. Dang, I hung up. Now you know it's bad when you get hung up in your own yard, man. You get hung up. I mean, that's how it happens, man. I mean, you know, you get hung up. All right, but anyway, you get the thing. And so what I may do is I may try to go back and edit this video and get samples, cuts from other videos where you've seen me use this but may not have known that that's what it was. And you just may not have seen it at work. I think this is the greatest innovation in spinning reels ever, but you just almost nobody knows it exists unless you're just, you know, fishing for stripers or something, and you just never, you know, unless you're just salt water, you know, fishing, you know, but there we go. I've always looked for a reel like this for doing what I'm doing, and I just take that, keep it right there. Well, and that'll kind of keep right there. That's another thing I like about this. You know, your drop shot right there. Take your lead weight, put it right through there, and it'll hold. You know, without needing all kinds of crazy special drop shot stuff. It's a nice little way to hold it, especially with that little slinky weight. It keeps tension. And if you want it, you can just hook the hook right there, so it won't hook up on nothing. And there you go. That is an example of how the SW60 double drag, or what I'm calling the line peeler system, works. And just check out either the next video that I put up on here or just the next clip that you'll see up. And I'll talk to you guys later. No, one other thing is somebody mentioned, I think Panfish mentioned, you know, doing a giveaway. So what I think I might do is just go talk to the manufacturer who sent me the 3 samples I have now, and see if I may see if they can send me 2, 3 more, and I can just, you know, do a raffle or a giveaway. That way I get some of these in you guys' hands and let you get out here and fish them for yourself, and you test them out for yourself, put it through its paces, and you can give me some feedback, and we might be able to work something out with the manufacturer to actually improve it for our purposes, what we like to do in terms of either catfishing or brim fishing or whatever we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just me trying to come up with something, it's you guys helping to design it and perfect it as well. But so I'll get to work on that probably either today or tomorrow. And so I'll start working on that, and I'll let you know when I get something. And with that, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.